In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build an AI agent using the brand new Claude Sonnet 4.5 model that just came out recently. So we're going to be using N8N and the brand new model to create an AI agent inside N8N. So I'm going to be showing you how to build your first agent using this brand new model, how to connect Claude to N8N so you have access to the model, of course, and then also a quick overview of Claude and its latest model. What does it do? What are some of the use cases as well? And then also by the end of this video, you'll have a completely free template that you can go ahead and download and implement into your N8N workflow, and everything will work from there. So let's get right into it. So before we come into N8N, let's come over to Claude and let's read about what this model is about. So I'm going to be giving you a quick overview on really what all this means. So first of all, introducing Claude Sonnet 4.5 came out a few days ago, and the main use case that I've highlighted for this model is it's the best coding model in the world for building complex agents. So it's best model at using computers and shows substantial gains in reasoning and maths. So to support this, we can see the software engineering SWE bench verified test, which essentially shows the accuracy, and it tests all these AI agents in software engineering, and then it comes in with the results of the accuracy of that test. We can see Claude has had a significant improvement from their previous Sonnet 4 model. So as you can see, a jump in those percentage. So I've got 77.2 compared to 72.7, so a 5% increase, which is quite substantial in these models. And then we can also see some of the previous models compared to GPT-5, Gemini 2.5 Pro, GPT-5 Codec. So we can clearly see that this model is one of the best coding models out there, which is what they're really trying to push. So we can see it represents a significant leap in computer use. So again, the main use case of this agent is really that coding, the maths, and computer use as well. And then from here, we can see that Claude has also compared a bunch of other tests. So agentic coding, agentic terminal coding, essentially a bunch of coding use cases for this model. It's compared it against its previous model, so we can see all the increases down here. So essentially, it's just showing examples and facts and use cases of how much better this model is within coding compared to all of these different models right here. And you can see right here, this is also some of the testing results in other fields such as finance. So we can see Sonnet 4.5 has outperformed all these other models within finance. Same for law, same for medicine, and then also same for STEM as well. So again, that's just a quick use case and overview of this model, is that it's a lot better in coding, and it's just going to be really the model that they're pushing to code and use in software. So yeah, that's just going to be a quick overview of the agent, but without further ado, the whole purpose of the video is to show you how to connect Claude inside N8N. So let's get right into it. So first of all, I'm going to head over to N8N right now. I'm going to sign in to my account. Awesome, right here. And we're going to create a brand new workflow. So essentially, we want to create a workflow up here. And then from here, we're going to be adding a trigger. So essentially, this is going to be triggering the workflow. So what is going to be the trigger of our agent up here? So essentially, again, I just started a trial account so I can actually connect all the credentials and services. So you can see how it actually connects right here. So let's go ahead and add in a trigger, which is going to be the chat trigger right here. We want to just leave it like that. And then from there, we want to add in an AI agent. We're going to add in an AI agent right here. And then the source of the prompt is going to be connected for the chat node. So essentially, each time we type in this chat, it's going to trigger this workflow and then contact the AI agent. Awesome. And then from there, we're going to need a system message. So this system message, I've already gone ahead and actually built right here. So let me go ahead and quickly grab everything right here. And of course, if you do want this prompt and everything that I've used in this video, I'll leave everything down below to obviously go ahead and download and implement into your N8N account. So essentially, this prompt is just letting the AI agent know its role, its goal for the conversation, its task, how to conduct it, and a bunch of other things. So again, I won't be diving too much in depth into this prompt. Obviously, the main purpose of this video is to show you how to build your AI agent and also connect Claude as well. So essentially, a quick overview of this prompt. This is going to be a helpful virtual assistant for an Airbnb property. Its main goal is to answer any questions. So for example, this is a use case for an Airbnb. So you might be typing on SMS, you could be typing in WhatsApp, whatever that trigger may be. You can change it to a webhook, an SMS, a WhatsApp. But for this example, I'm just going to be using a chat trigger right there. And essentially, it's just going to be answering questions that the customer may have, and it's going to be using its knowledge base as well. So that's all that it's doing. Its role is to answer any questions. As you can see, the task is to acknowledge any user inquiries, that this is a little bit of context about it, example conversation. So again, all the information is going into this system message and into this prompt right here. And then from here, I've just attached a quick knowledge base within inside the prompt. Usually you would add a tool for this, but just to make this video nice and quick and show you how to connect Claude, I've just added it within the prompt. So each time someone answers or gets any questions, we can just add it right in here in the prompt. So that's going to be the prompt for the AI agent. Now, next part is going to be connecting the chat model, which is going to be Anthropic. So if we come ahead and add in Anthropic right here, this is how we're going to get access to the brand new model. So let's go ahead and add a new credential, API key. And what you want to do is you want to come over to Claude console right here inside the API section. So just search up on Google Claude console, and it'll be inside this dashboard right here. You want to make sure you have connected your card and a little bit of billing information as well. So, the Claude has access to some credits and money that you can use for the API costs. And then from here, you want to click down to API keys, create key, and then just do, N8N, whatever, add, and it's just going to give us this key. Copy this key. We're going to come back to N8N, add that API key in here. And then as we can see, green, it has been successfully created inside the space. So yeah, that's how you can connect to Claude. And then from there, you want to add in Sonnet 4.5. So if we go ahead and test the agent right here, we'll say hello. Now, what I've identified with testing is that for some reason, this model doesn't actually work connected to Claude services. So as we can see, if I go ahead and click hello, for some reason, it's identifying a parameter issue. But for some reason, I think this is an issue with Claude. But usually what you would do is you would obviously go through that process to connect that API key. So we can just test this right here. We can add in a top P model, and we can see it's set to 0.1, and it's saying it cannot be set to -1. So really, I think this is an issue on Claude's end. I think they will fix it, but in the future, you would obviously connect it using this way by directly connecting to their services. But I'll show you an alternative and a switch around. But just to prove kind of what I'm saying, if we switch to 3.5 right here, and let's just do hello, you can see that it actually will work. So it is a problem within Claude services, and 4.5 for some reason, it's giving us a parameter issue, but that's really not our fault. That's kind of Claude's fault. But that is all good. So essentially, in the future, you would usually connect to Claude directly using their API keys that way. But I'm going to show you another alternative way to connect to Claude using another service. So essentially, let's just go ahead and delete that right here. But essentially, you would use that model pretty much every time in the future. But to do this, we're actually going to use Open Router. So essentially, it's just not another service provider which allows us to connect to a bunch of different LLMs right here. So you can see we've got OpenAI, Qwen, Google, all these type of different LLMs, etc. So to connect to Open Router, very, very simple. Same thing that we're using with Claude, but we're just going to need an API key. So if we come to Open Router right here, that's another thing I was testing. I'll just come back to the dashboard right here. We can see up the top, we're going to need to go down to keys. Of course, connect some credits, connect some billing information, just like we did, so we can actually use their services. And then we're going to need to create an API key. We'll just name this N8N Claude. N8N, right? And then we're going to go ahead and create. And then this is going to be our new key. Let's go ahead and copy that. Come back to here. Awesome. That will successfully create everything in there. As you can see, it's green. And now what we can do is we can come over and search 4.5 Claude. And then if we test it again, hello, you can see it'll return green, and it's using Claude's model. So again, for some reason, I think that's just Claude's issue on their services in part, but that is a great alternative, just using Open Router and another service provider to connect to N8N. And then from there, we can go ahead and add in a simple memory up here. Context window length will just be 5. Essentially, this is just going to be allowing to attach some memory onto the AI agent. It's using that session key from the chat model to remember the conversations that come in. And then it's using the context window length, which is 5. So essentially, it's going to remember 5 past interactions, so it can remember the conversation. So now let's go ahead and test this AI agent. Let's say, for example, hello, what is the Wi-Fi password? Right, we can see it'll connect to Open Router, and then it'll give us the answer, which is Sunnyside Guest. So yeah, that's just a quick tutorial and quick video on how to connect Claude. Of course, at the moment, we're facing a little bit of issue connecting directly to Claude and their services. I think it's an issue on their end, just from, diagnosing the issue, switching the models up. But if we use Open Router, essentially, it's literally the exact same thing. We're just using another service provider. So hopefully This beginner's guide will show you how to build an AI agent and then also connect Claude onto it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.